Okay. Let me cover this up a little bit. Turn that a little bit. Is that less? Is that better? Look, Mom, I'm turning into an old lady.
Oh, my.
Right before our eyes.
Right before our eyes.
September.
That's
I'm coming. I am the age that you were when I went into the Air Force.
Oh, really?
And you are in better probably shape when you were 50 than I am now. Your body is probably, because you had to walk every day. You walked everywhere. You had to walk to survive. You had to walk all the way to Walmart to get your food.
That's true.
All the time, you know?
All the time.
And to get cat food, dog food, because you took care of Arthur for me.
Yeah.
The struggle. You've always known struggle. That's why I try so hard to make you as comfortable as I possibly can now, because the world is shifting, you know, and you ain't gonna be here forever. And there's a lot of people, like, I saw a video this morning of a young woman whose mom is like on life support, but they've been without power because like 4 million people have been without power.
4 million? 4 million? Wow.
Because the earth ain't the same, you know. The earth is changing, it's evolving, it's ascending, and we're just kind of on it, just going along for the ride, you know, just trying to survive against nature in a lot of places. And whenever I see people that play with that, that toy with that they don't got regard for that, I see that they haven't struggled that much in life, you know, because they don't value life. And I see it everywhere, you know, all this social media. I mean, the living on planet Earth has just been plain fucking brutal the last several days for an energetic sensitive like me.
That's true.
You know, for somebody that feels everything. I mean, I feel a ripple in the force. You know,
You're a very good person.
I hear the screams of thousands of people. I mean, I've drowned 1,000 times over in the last 24 hours. And I know people out there too, you know. I also understand that when scary, awful, terrible things happen, that you gotta look at the all of the blessings that are in there, and they're so hard to see.
They're hard to see. Yeah.
And then the way, you know, and then life just goes on, and I think it should stop. I think it should stop, and everybody stop what you're doing, and make a peep. You know, it's not a party. It's not a part. You know, do the work first and then play later. So I was just looking up a couple of mats of statistics here, to, you know, because the world ain't what it was. It's changing every day, all the time, because the world is created based on our perceptions, and people are fucked up. So here's the first picture I found. This is on, what website is this? Oh shit. Vividmaps.com. It says nearly, that red zone right there. Well, it only really counts for, I don't know, that border's pretty open at the bottom as far as I'm concerned. It was pretty much a free-for-all both ways. But that stat in there says nearly 2 out of 3 people live within the 100-mile border zone.
Wow,
That's a lot of coastal area, right? Because, you know, people deserve the best view. They just deserve whatever, you know, all the creature comforts in the world. And it's not that world. The world is very natural, supernatural, all things in between kind of place, and people are not prepared. They're not prepared. And I'm not prepared to witness like the loss of life, because people just gotta have that best view. So, and then the second map I came, the U.S., how do the U.S. states compare to the rest of the world by population density? Hi, Benny, good boy.
Whoa, that's fun.
And this is from what website? Also Vivid Maps. Here, you want this? You want some of that, Benny? Is that Marge? It's fair, Marge, too, Benny. Y'all hot in your bits? We're all feeling it, man. We're all, like, Artie's still here. He's still with us. He's basically living off bread. It's just, But I also understand that the spirit is it's not just its own spirit. It's the part of, like, a spirit prism family. Mom used to always have those prisms that would shine the rainbows through the light. I remember in Morro Bay you had them. We hung on to them for a long time then, because we had to pack up and leave a lot of times in life. We had to freaking bug out because our lives were threatened. Our lives were in danger. And I've always had that. Because of that, I've always been very security minded. I'm hyper vigilant. And then when I went in the military, I was like better at the military than the military was, and my standards were substantially higher. So that's why before I went in, I only knew I was gonna do enough to honor my 6-year commitment and get the fuck out, because I just wanted the college degree so I could play this stupid game of society, so I could take care of my mom. And then God said, "You keep doing the right thing, Marjo. I got different plans for you." And here we are. So, how do the United States compare to the rest of the world by population density? Okay. So, state of Florida.
Whoa, that's a distance.
China. So there's enough people to fit the whole country of China in the state of Florida. Palu, I gotta look, see, because they've changed the whole world's changed since I took geography classes, and borders have taken over, and conquest has happened, and dominance has transpired, and bombs have been dropped, and so borders have changed. So I don't know where Palau is. Palau. I don't know where that is. But that's the size of Texas. Kazakhstan, I think that used to be like Czechoslovakia. And you dated that guy Joe Vlok, who had the missing fingers, who had the car dealership in Central Valley there on the corner. He was building his house, and he talked about how he and his friend, business partner, they escaped Czechoslovakia with a bag of clothes and a bag of money. And yet there's this whole world created where people go to school and 9 to 5 and football in the fall, like that whole, while this whole other world reality of how the world is and what really transpires that feeds off these people being fucking oblivious. Because if they're oblivious, we can feed them bullshit like elections and make them watch stupid shit like movies, and they don't even know what they're seeing is based on reality that they are creating that hasn't happened yet, but because they planted the seeds, the more people look at stuff, it sets the earth down the trajectory of that storyline. So it's going to be one of those all-day evenings here in Taos, New Mexico. But they're managed to have a 4-hour symposium at the library. 4 hours. This is the stuff that drives me crazy, because more and more and more and more and more people are going to be displaced. And what people don't understand is that a big, huge energy. Okay, picture a little kid on the bank of a freaking lake, right? Real nice, calm, still day. Has a rock. Boom. Throws the rock. Boom. That rock hits with force. That's what hurricane is. Hurricanes are the earth being hit with force. Like a fucking scrub brush. Like one of those floor waxing machines. Only Mother Nature's doing it, okay? So that all that potential from a lot of really freaked out bullshit, the whole earth, planet Earth, just going, what? Something's gonna happen. On the same day it's happened before. And isn't it weird that the people that say, the two Harry Potter people, they died on the same... No, it's not. Nothing is a coincidence. Timelines are syncing up like a deck of cards. It freaking... like mini decks of cards on the Vegas Strip. So... now... It's the potential hits, right? So the initial boom, shock, boom. Now the energy ripples out. So you got all those people that are just no longer on planet Earth. Just gone. And we're never, stuff like this happens, we will never, ever, ever, we never, ever, 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 ever know the true numbers of the lives lost. Until we become part of the no place space where all the answers are. So, I got a big old zit here. I noticed that. That's right. And then I got one right here. So anyway, how you doing, Ma?
I'm fine.
You doing all right? You got out of bed. I was like, I wasn't even doing nothing, and I look at the clock and I was like, oh shit, it's 10:30. Ma, do you want to get up out of bed? Because usually she's like, oh, she's pretty crashed out until about 10. But then she starts getting stiff and wants to be out of bed. Oh, so my Earth Angel said it before and it didn't click until yesterday, I think, or was it the day before? I'm pretty confident, I'm pretty sure that the people that stole my flower, my weed plant, my weed plants out of my backyard were the maintenance people that the landlord fired in the last couple months because the piece of shit did the work and got paid for it, for put the washer and dryer in. I spent $1,300 on a washer, like went through, hooked it to the wall. The guy had the audacity to come out. I was cool to him, gave him a couple cookies. So he knew the layout of the place. He knew I'm pretty sure it was them. Because I got a message from the landlady saying, hey, if you see them on site, call the cops. Because they're not. Because that's how people are. They're complete dirtbag, scumbag, scoundrels. Because they just do whatever they want. They take on the demons, and the demons say, you know, you can not honor commitments. You can not be accountable, as, you know, your word can be shit, and just do that, and just, you can drink too much and be slothful. That's okay. That's what the demons tell people, and then the people are like, all right, I'm a fat lazy slob. All right, I'll comply, you know, and then they feel bad, and then people are like, dude, I just don't want to deal with you. So they cut ties, and their people are like, what? You don't want to deal with me? Because they have a mentality of a 4-year-old. So they're going to pack up their toys and go home. So what the threat has been made that they're going to come and undo the work that they did around the house, the place around the property where I live, which evidently isn't a whole lot, because... and I always say, like, Taos is like this. Well, yeah, because I live in Taos. When I was in Salem, if you go back and look at my history, I talk about all the scumbags. They're just everywhere. It's just people that don't have any regard for anybody but themselves. And so, like, now that happened, right? So that potential of all those people that have been misplaced, that is going to trickle out. Some people will stay. The people that will stay and, you know, rebuild and stuff like that, I don't have sympathy for. I don't. Well, they've been there for generations. Well, you know, then I guess, okay. And then that's what the history, that's what your line is. Repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Oh, this is the freeway that's all torn up. You know, we got to rebuild it because this was in Florida and we just repaired it. Well, the hurricanes aren't going to stop coming. See, human beings need to start freaking pulling their heads out. And if you value your life, start living more. They should have started, you know, people have always should have been living strategically, but then we have this imposed storyline, this reality where, you know, drank mimosas and vacation here, just bullshit. While so many people are out here just trying to survive, you know. You know, the people that have 4-hour symposium at the Library for Electric Vehicles in Taos. Like the power goes out all the fucking time here. I gotta use the generator and shit. Doesn't matter where I live. Thank goodness I have the generator. Keep mom and the little old dogs comfortable. You know? It's just all the time. But you want freaking people to buy more fucking cars so they can what? Are you going to charge them for the charging stations too, or are those free? So they can park in parking lots they gotta fucking pay to park in. It's just run by idiots. Planet Earth is run by dummies. A quorum of the town council may be present for the Taos. So it's the city wants to do it. The Taos. It's because they all, you know, they're all in the same pot. They got their hands in the pots, but that shit never fucking trickles down. It's like playing Legos. They're playing Legos, and they don't have good ideas. So I got all kinds of good ideas that I'm gonna help the people at the bottom, because in society, those are the people that you have to help to raise up everybody else. Who thinks like that? Nobody wants to think like that. And look at all the people that definitely profit from I call them their 501(c)(3) or whatever. They're false for profits. A quorum of the town council may be present. See, I can't go to this stuff because I'm not going to hold my tongue. And as far as I'm concerned, decorum's out the window. So mom says it's easier to stay out of a problem and get out of a problem. And my priorities are with, you know, right, already my little hospice dog. So Saturday, September 28th from 12 to 4 at the Taos Public, 402 Camino del La Plaza de Bullshit, New Mexico. I wonder how much Taos had to pay. Visit Taos joins the 100 Travel Innovation showcasing the Ace Aquinas and their global impact. I can't talk right now. Taos secures $8.2 million to expand air service. That's just in this last round. Since this year, it's $4.2 million. So they have plenty of money. They just don't want to give homeless people showers or places to do laundry, and if they're freaking on pills or whatever, you know, at least give people a place to die with dignity. How about that? I mean, people are paying in Switzerland to die in tubes in the fucking forest. How is that different than somebody putting it in, taking themselves out? Right? You know, how is it any different? Like, people, since society is not willing to create a society where people are more comfortable, we are only going to see people transitioning more. And the people on the prism that are part of the same soul family, they're all going to go together at the same time. It's like people that you're this same part of the spectrum of light. When you were born on the same day, you come into the portal of life with the same energy, and every sign has its shadow side. People have their free will of where they sit, and they sit in the shadow side, in the shallow end. The world of materialistic, external things, perversions, power, control, dominance, and as we can see, the consequences of that are dire. So people are going to need to start making more precautions to verify the value of life. Because it's not going to get easier. The sky last night when I went to bed, the sunset, it's like I rise and shine with this sun. Huh, Mom? You too? We're part of the old ways. It's in our DNA. And our DNA is so magnetic, it happened to get us back to where Mom was born. Of all the places and all the lands. It's our mere magnetic personality, Ma. Why? So I don't know, our story is pretty remarkable. We just don't act like it is, right? I don't know if I'm getting pocket dialed a lot, but it's making my train of thought derail. Anyway. So energetic sensitives right now. What am I doing to offset this? I gotta go get my yah-yahs out. I do my sets. I gotta go out and get some fresh air. Clear my mind. Get some exercise. Because when I think about things, it like turns to gases in my body, right? Like toxins, straight up poisons. So I gotta go move my body and work it out. Because when people just let those toxins and stuff build up, that's how you get the cancers and stuff like that, right? So go walk around, get your yah-yahs out. I made Mom some spaghetti yesterday. I think it's one of those things that it's gonna be like, better after it sits for a while, right? I think it might rain. I'm gonna try and get out while it rains, because that's when other people are staying in. I like to go out when nobody else is around, and the place I live, like, people travel far and wide to come here to fucking stuff their faces at like the same 4 restaurants, and they do nothing to add to the community with their freaking big old stupid trailers and their big old dumb trucks and their fucking black exhaust and their bleh, don't you know who I am, bleh, all that stuff. So I go walk around. I think I'm gonna head to the hills, though. I think I'm gonna head to the hills, Ma.
That's a good place.
Just for a little while. Nature's the place to be.
Fresh air.
Contingent on if, inclement weather and all. Because it's just the beginning. My heart goes out. My prayers, I've been praying my guts out, man. Praying my guts out for freaking days. Since this thing has started conjuring up. Because, we're definitely one of the prayer warriors, huh, Mom?
Yeah.
Ever since I was a little girl, we'd be scared, and you'd say, well, call call Unity, right?
Yeah.
Call them because they had a prayer line that you could put whatever was on your heart onto the person on the other end of the phone, and supposedly they would pray on that for, like, I don't know what it was, every hour on the hour for 30 days.
30 days.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Something like that. So I just have been praying and praying and praying and praying and praying for just basically the collective, because, man, it's being powerless is very, very uncomfortable. Like, I can't do anything except for pray for these people. Like, I can't physically be there. You know?
That's true.
So I gotta go and spread some love in the community in which I live. So just like that is trickling out, you know, the scary, the freaking the just catastrophic events of what have transpired that people aren't even recognizing. They don't even, because they're too busy, you know, living that best life, and you don't. Everybody gets their ticket to ride on planet Earth, so you don't got empathy for other people. You're just good luck trying to find that empathy when something happens and you need it. You need it back. So it's getting heavy. Gotta go walk it off, huh, Ma? You wanna watch Rockford Files
Yeah.
while I'm gone?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how much I love you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna try that new gum, that new healthy gum. It's been on my radar for a while. I gotta find. It's like, cause it's all natural, and it rebuilds your enamels on your. It's all from like roots and stuff like that. Might not taste real good. We don't care. You chew it. This one kid had a real bad mouth.
Yeah.
Toxins is what you know. It's
Right.
toxins. It's talking shit. It's thinking. It's a bad vibrational frequency. You know, people get a bad taste in their mouth, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just from not living clean and, you know, thinking, talking clean, and, or, you know, at least more than you're talking dirty, you know. If you're, it's got to be more, you know, so. But this kid started freaking chewing this gum and, like, reversed the decay in his mouth. I'm one of those. I talk about. There's a very close relation in dental and trauma. I'm one of those people that had, like, my teeth were all freaking like they all came in, but they were all different. What? Shapes. They were like different links. Like they were almost like they were filed down in my skull.
Yeah.
Like, and oops, sorry. And I equate that to trauma. Like when something happens to planet Earth, and like all the trees in the area, they all have a line based on the time that happened, something happened catastrophically to planet Earth, because it puts out such a vibrational frequency that's how it impacts nature. I don't think you can see it at this picture. But my first, like, when they came in like, oh, like smooth, crooked. It was bizarre. I don't know. It's peculiar. But I equate it to, from the traumatic events that happened before my teeth even came into my body.
Yeah. That's it.
Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now. If you hung out, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go walk it off and then write down the ideas I get to help people in places that I'm not in all the time. But right now, I'm just gonna go do what I can do to maybe make a few people. I'm gonna hand out some. I'll go hand her out some stickers.
Ah, that's a good idea.
I'll go give people some stickers,
Yeah.
and then just start with that.